Welcome everyone to episode 19 of Boom Mic Banter. This one is a extremely special episode, mostly because this is going to be the worst upcoming podcast of all time, and I will go into details of how bad that will be in a minute. But first and foremost, I should introduce the phenomenal guests that I have on today, and one of them is a piece of shit that started this whole fucking thing that I have to blame in a minute.
Hey.
So first
That's me.
is Stork, a.k.a. fucking B-Rabbit. On a side note, because this is just a purely audio podcast, both the gentlemen that I have on are hooded up. I'm very unhooded at the moment.
That's right.
So I'm
zip up.
I'm extremely.
This is my co-host, zip down.
I'm extremely intimidated.
I'm just trying to stay warm.
Just trying to stay cold, homie.
Oh, wow.
I feel like the rap duo would be red hot and lukewarm.
Right.
It would be. So anyway.
Right.
So my first guest would be Caleb Stork.
Yo, what up, fam?
How the fuck you doing?
I'm alright.
How's that hood rocking?
It's rocking.
Where's your zipper at the current moment in time? That will change throughout the podcast, but where is it currently?
Mid-thorax.
Mid-thorax. He's a fucking...
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Stork's a fuck B-Rabbit. He's a fucking grasshopper. It's
That's
mid-thorax. And, of course...
I'm Mr. Miyagi in this shit.
The nicest human being I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. The man's been on the podcast before. The personal trainer himself. The man who is literally going to school us throughout this entire podcast. And that man is Wildon. Wildon, how the fuck you doing, my dude?
I'm pretty good. A little exhausted, but it was a good day.
Yes. On a side note as well too, I do love the we all brought water on this podcast,
right.
And all of us. My favorite thing is I love that we all have different scales. So I have what would be considered the normal bottle of water.
Right.
Stork has
8 ounce.
Yep. Stork has what is considered the Magnum Dong.
I'm using Deer Park 100% spring water, aka Deer Dong water.
And comparative to the two whitest boys on the planet,
but mine's a 38 flow ounce.
Well, beside
1 quart
there we
bottle.
Go. Okay, someone pre-measured beforehand.
That's right.
And then to blow me and Stork completely out of the water,
right.
Wildon has brought the reserves for the entire tri-state area.
Right. It's a jug.
Literally best gift ever. Thank you, Sam. You're
jug.
amazing.
I was gonna, yeah, Wildon, if you don't mind, I know we kind of talked about it before the podcast started, but can you recant to us? Well, first of all, how big is this? That holds a gallon?
128 ounces.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah.
And then on top of that, how did you receive this amazing gift? You can throw that shout out there.
Okay, so first of all, Sam, thank you so much. One of my clients, every time she would come in, she had one just like this. So every time I was like, oh man, that's a really dope water bottle. Mm-hmm. It is awesome. I'd compliment her. We'd go to work, compliment her again, and then that would be that.
Nice.
But no, her and her husband are some of the nicest people ever. But one day I was actually supposed to go and train them. Mm-hmm. And long story short, my car ended up on a parking pylon. So I called them.
Is that one of the boots? Huh? Like, is that one of the boots that goes like on the wheel?
No.
No. That's if you like illegally park and do some shit.
Yeah. So that little barrier that you park in front of.
Right.
Yeah. It was loose in the press room parking lot, and it was. They had it set up that you couldn't really see it, and I thought it was just another way to get out. But I drove over, and all of a sudden,
shit!
The car ended up in the middle of it.
Nice.
These guys are so nice. I called them like, "Hey, my car's on a pylon. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it." They came over. They helped me get it out. They called AAA, and then next thing, it was my birthday had been about a week ago, and then they pull out this box and they're like, "Here, happy birthday." And then it was literally one of the best birthday gifts, if not, no, actually, it was one of the best birthday gifts I've ever gotten.
There you go, my dude. That's fucking awesome, man. So to bring this back, though, to get into the majority of this podcast, we should get into why I have both of you on, which, Stork, you came up with this fucking stupid.
It's horrible.
It's
a horrible idea.
The absolute worst idea to start off the month of October.
Especially one of the best drinking months to miss.
Or just near the end of the year.
Yeah,
I'm in retail.
I mean, it's not really supposed. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter what month.
Any month is not a good month to not.
It would have been not convenient either way.
Yeah.
So
So Stork. So you brought up to a very a close group of our friends.
yeah.
Sober October.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not just Sober October.
Mhm.
You wanted to do what would be considered, or at least for me, correct me if I'm wrong, but what would be the Joe Rogan aesthetic of Sober October, which is not just not, doing any type of thing that would leave you inebriated and or wasted, but even more so to work out almost, if not every day
Right.
of that month.
As much as possible, as much as you can fit in, basically.
Without you dying.
Without you dying, yeah, or seriously injuring yourself.
Yes,
so.
of course, because serious injury is a
Right.
is a thing. So Stork, I have to ask you,
Yeah.
because obviously the inspiration, right? The inspiration was obviously Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But what
sure.
what in your wheelhouse particularly sparked it this year? Because you've never brought this up before.
No.
This completely came out of the blue for
No.
all of us.
That was an awesome podcast series, by the way.
It is an awesome
Yes, absolutely.
podcast series.
Oh my god, the best.
No,
the best.
that Sober October got mad.
Oh my god,
That
they're
got
so good.
mad.
They're so
Well,
good.
the thing about it is, I loved following it, and I loved the camaraderie that they had while doing it and
Yes.
keeping up with it, and then having them go over it, and what they all went through, because they're all going
100%.
through the same shitty
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah, the worst thing of all.
But
time.
honestly, our friend group is so huge that it just made sense. Oh, excuse me.
No, you're fine. You're good.
It just made sense to bring it up, and I know people would bitch and complain
Oh, absolutely. Well, we're
about it because we're all borderline alcoholics.
Well,
so-
we're all. I mean, the biggest thing is we're all like at the prime drinking age. Like we're all in our
Right.
mid-20s, like mid to late 20s. So like all of us still are like prime time of like any. I can't tell you the last time I was at a social gathering, and alcohol at least wasn't even there.
right.
You know what I mean? Like even not to even say like I drank at every social gathering, but there's
Right.
always alcohol at least present.
Yes, yes, definitely for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I know some people. I wasn't expecting a huge number of people to be
Of
like,
course.
yeah, dude, I'll totally do it.
Because it is a big ask.
It is definitely a big ass, especially. But I mean, like, literally, it's 1 month of your life that you're giving up to just not
Just not get fucked up.
Yeah, not get fucked up.
And
It's
try to
1
better
month,
and try to better yourself.
just to see if you can do it.
100%.
Just to see if you can do it.
It's a very good test. I
know what
think,
I mean?
and that's why even like for me, like when you first posted it out there, my whole mindset was like, "Fuck," but at the same time, I was like, you know what, this would be good to do. I should do this. Like I have, I would consider myself like, I mean, like I haven't worked out in quite a bit,
Right.
but in a general like standpoint, I would definitely consider myself disciplined, but it would be a very interesting test to really make sure that I can hold myself like accountable
Yeah.
to especially like that extent of period of time. Because on a daily basis, obviously I can make sure I'm doing my shit, but especially on like a month setup to really make sure that I'm following like, preset guidelines and stuff. Yeah, I think it's very important.
I think it would be a fun experience. I mean, one of those fun
It's gonna be
awful
terrible.
experiences.
It's gonna be terrible. I'm already future
But I
apologizing
am,
because
I am excited to at least give it a shot. Especially because like the new Destiny expansion comes out, so I know for a fact I'm gonna have to get my workout in first thing
Before,
when I wake up.
yep, exactly.
Because I'm gonna want to. I'm gonna want.
you're just gonna want to
yeah,
game
yeah.
the rest of the time.
So,
Yep, absolutely.
It's gonna have to happen.
It's true.
You know.
And then also too, so one of the first jokes that I made, and for people that are just like listening that aren't like super aware, one of the biggest jokes that I made. So Stork, I was pretty much like at least like the main kind of out there person that like relatively volunteered as tribute for this whole thing.
Right.
But then of course I even made the side-handed joke that, I mean, at this point, Jesus Christ, either one, Wildon would be a great candidate, or two, we're at least experiencing a month of what Wildon does on a way more regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Wildon, out of anybody, out of any human being that I personally know and have the pleasure of knowing, you are by far, at least especially when it comes to a workout standpoint and the discipline aspect, you're one of the top tiers, my dude. Like, if anything, me and Stork are just... it's a 50-50 with me on this, because like the Sober October thing and like, really disciplining myself, like you said, Stork, I'm definitely holding myself accountable to and really want to bust my ass. But on a whole other 50% scale, I just want to think of this whole thing as like, what would Wildon do in these 30 days? Like, how does Wildon get
Right.
through 30 days of this? Because I hear you talk about this all the time, Wildon, so it's just very interesting to, or at least I'm about to experience like a 30-day segment of that. Because you've definitely, like, you have, if I'm not mistaken, quote me if I'm wrong, you've gone, like, easily 30 days without drinking for, like, weight training and stuff, I'm assuming, right?
I do it a couple times a year.
Yeah.
It's more of an activity of self-control, just to make sure I can. I don't like having any sort of substance have ownership of me, or like.
Totally. I totally get that.
So it's more just to test my limits and make sure that I'm not reliant on anything just to get by.
Totally.
But when I first started training, the training part took a little getting used to. That was fine. Took about about 3 months, and then I was okay.
Okay.
The first 2 weeks were the roughest, but then after that it slowly got better and better. When I hit a plateau and I needed to switch things up, the first thing I did was I pumped my water, and then B, I took a month off of drinking, and
Ooh.
that was rough initially, but I actually ended up feeling a lot better. It taught me a little bit more about myself and what my body reacts well to.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I'm hoping for. For me, it's like a 50-50 of like, I'm either going to learn a ton about myself, or I'm going to be put in a horrible spiral. That's going to make me so upset. But I think it should be good. I'm hoping.
You're going to go to some places. We'll just
yes.
say that.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing is, when I started a while ago, and then I just remember
with weight training.
Yeah,
right?
with weight training,
Yes.
I just remember specifically
For working out at least.
Yeah, I remember specifically just being like, "Holy fuck, I am so out of shape."
Oh,
You know
dude,
what I
the
mean?
first it's so embarrassing. Stork, you and me made a joke about it even.
Like I
what
was
it?
just I was
2 weeks ago. We both like arbitrary, like we didn't even talk to each other about it. But when you brought up that we were gonna do Sober October,
right.
in the back of my mind, and it's great because we both did this without even talking about it. But I was like, I'm gonna just work out once, just get like a really easy warm up, just like get myself like mentally kind of just like test it out a little bit, test the water, see where I'm at with stuff.
Right.
And I did not realize how fucking out of shape I was until I started busting out. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, oh no. And then same thing, that we were both having a fucking laugh about it.
Oh yeah, it's just like, oh man, I think I can hold my own like pretty well, and then you start lifting stuff up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I am not as strong as I thought I was.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
biggest
I
thing.
remember that.
Yeah, my biggest thing was like always running. Like I was like, I mean, Jesus Christ, since high school, I used to fuck with track and everything else, and I was like, oh, like either long distance, short distance, sprints, fucking like mile runs. I was pretty on point with, and man, I mean, like since really taking like a major break off that stuff, and then Jesus Christ, it's been almost 10 years now because I'm 85 years old. But after taking breaks off that and then trying to warm that whole system back up, yeah, it's crazy how much even like 5 or 6 years can do to you with just taking that much time off of working out. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Oh god. But
I'm on like a 3-month break right now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you and me both. You and me
On the
both.
up and up though.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what I'm getting into, and what's also really nice is that when you're actually in the habit of it, it really, really helps with the mental health as well too.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Vouch for that.
Yeah.
Like, training's got me through a lot of rough stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rough stuff.
Oh, 100%. It's such a good way. In probably the best way, it's such a good outlet because you get such a sense of like positive, like because normally like if you hit some type of situation or something, there's a lot of like mental stuff that goes through it, but then on top of it too, you kind of have to decide within yourself like, okay, this is a positive outcome because of this, like with how you go about it. But like with workouts and stuff, there's such an immediate sense of accomplishment, like because you're physically doing something and then can automatically have that sense of accomplishment with it, which like, I mean, could only benefit. I mean, I've like some of the best times I've ever felt are when I've really like killed it with working out. I've been in peak like physical condition and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
Those are some of the like best times. I mean, of course, not to just make it about that though too, because of course I've had amazing moments and I haven't worked out in 6 months or something. Like it's not necessarily that, because that's what I think is good too about the not drinking part of it, is like even if I'm not working out, I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm staying positive and like keeping through it the whole time. And of course, like we're going to bitch and moan through the whole fucking thing.
It's going to suck. Yeah,
oh, it's
no
absolutely,
doubt.
it's
Honestly,
absolutely going to suck.
I'm just going to be one to say I'm totally okay with encouraging that a little bit, because it's going to help you get through it.
Yes.
I mean, I'd rather you basically speak your mind. If things suck,
Oh, 100%.
Just be like, yo, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if we get to talk about it, it's just going to help you get through it a little bit easier.
Totally. 100%.
When's the first? Is that Monday? Is Monday the 1st?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Here, do you have your phone? You got to look at the calendar.
Go.
Yeah, we got to set the... Yeah, we should set the fucking doom day. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the third... Oh, God. I think the 31st might actually be on a Friday. And I think it might be Saturday.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Tuesday's the 1st.
Tuesday's the 1st. There we go. So Tuesday's the 1st. So Tuesday will be...
Luckily, Destiny doesn't drop until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means I can get my workout done. Plenty of time for that shit to
still
download.
have time for it.
Just get that shit done early.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The earlier you get done, the less... It's just going to feel like it's hanging over your head at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And once it gets past a certain time, it's just kind of a trudge.
Oh, totally. Like, my whole thing that I'm planning to do even, too, is, like, I want to set... I'm setting kind of, like, some bigger goals as well, even, too. Like, I was talking about, like, offhand, like beside the podcast, but... Like, even, there's a lot of, like, caffeine I fucking drink on a daily basis, and I'm really trying to flip to water. Not, like, 100%. I'm not trying to, like, cut caffeine out of my life or anything ridiculous, but, like, I drink a shit ton of, like, Coca-Cola and fucking, like iced teas and stuff. And if I can literally just cut out a lot of that fucking sewer water, it will just fucking help me feel better. Especially, because that's the thing, like, if I'm going to stop drinking, and I'm going to, especially, too, work out for pretty much, like, an entire month, I don't want it, at least for as much as I can control. I'm not going to be like absurd about it, but like, I don't want to put, as much toxic shit in my body. At least if I can somewhat like resist it. So that's like,
it's a lot of sugar.
Exactly. 100%. And that's the plan. And then the other thing too, which I have not been good on pretty much my entire life, which I'm not going to like staple myself to, but I think I am going to definitely try to hold a higher standard to, which is actually get on a semi-regulated sleep schedule. That
is something I gotta work on too.
And that's what I'm saying, Wildon. You've been like busting your ass fucking workouts for fucking years at this point. Like, that's still, for me, like, that's a really tough thing.
Dude, sleep is important.
Oh,
there's
1,000,000%.
There's literally no okay, so yeah, I work out a lot, but I also don't sleep as much. And when the gains actually happen when you're sleeping. So sleep is a major part of all this.
Well, it's a whole like restoration recovery period, and yeah, you need that to be able to keep progressing.
Yeah, you really do.
Either that or your body will like force you to fucking sleep otherwise, because
it doesn't feel good.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So that's why for me, like, that's my future goal of like, I want to try. God damn it, the yawn wave's happening. I'm gonna try to resist it. No, you're fine. God damn it.
Just resist. You got this.
I'm good. So that's my goal. Whether I work out in the morning, sometimes I'm gonna have to work out at night. Of course, it's gonna be unavoidable throughout 30 days. But my goal is to at least try to set up a wake up time of at least like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. like every day, whether I open or close or whatever the fuck I'm doing with my job. Just so I'll definitely have that extra time to make sure to put the workout first. Like, regardless, like, even if I have to work out at night, at least the first thing that I'm thinking about is like self-care and make sure that I'm at least, even if I have to do it at night, at least I have that mentally set first in my brain of like, I'm going to make sure I take care of this thing that day at some point throughout. And then and hopefully, fingers crossed, this whole month on top of being a horrific fucking break-in period, hopefully there's gonna be some benefits. Yeah. I was joking about before the podcast started, but like my best case scenario goal is after October 31st, I'm gonna get, first of all, I'm definitely, regardless, whatever the fuck I'm feeling, I'm getting obliterated. Like November 1st, I'm gonna be the most drunk I've probably ever been in my entire life. And then after that, my goal is like come November 2nd or November 3rd, I want to be like, I'm gonna work out. Like I really feel like fucking working out today. Like I want to absolutely do it. I'm gonna feel fucked up if I don't do it today. Like that's my, future goal.
Yep.
Call me. But
Yes.
you're probably going to need until the 3rd. The hangover's going to be real.
That's what I'm saying. The hangover, like, that's why I don't want to get cocky and be like, on November 2nd, because I'm going to be so fucked up and I'm going to be a dead person. But after that, I want to get back on, or at least, and like I said, is it going to be fucking a straight 30 days? Absolutely not. But I would like to get, just even on a semi-regulated schedule, I'm really hoping that this month can just this upcoming month, can completely fucking get me on a semi-consistent track throughout the year. Like that's the real fucking goal that I'm trying to set for myself, to really hate myself in October and really bust my fucking ass, so then come, at least the next 5 months out, I have somewhat of a better track of how to fucking self-improve throughout. Like that's the long-term goal that I'm setting for myself.
Nice. Yeah, I just want to get back in the habit of it. I was in the habit, for like roughly like 6 months.
Well, you were going ham for a while.
I was like 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You were going really in. What made you stop?
Or
what just got you to
dating
stop?
Rachel.
Yeah, that does it. Happiness is bliss, my dude.
Yeah, I started it's just I just wanted to spend more time with her. That's just really what it is.
That's how it goes.
You know what? I'm not even mad at you about that.
It's just,
you be with your lady, man.
yeah, I mean that's just really what it is. But I mean, she's back in school now, so like
You got time.
I have more time available. That she's like not around, so it makes sense to go back.
Well, I was gonna ask this because I've seen it occasionally, but I've never known the extent of it, and I'm actually curious. Like, do you and Heather like work out? Like, I mean, of course you guys have distance, so that's got to be, first of all, a huge pain in the ass. But on top of that, like when you guys meet up, do you guys always try to do workouts together? Is that still?
Yeah. Well, I train Heather, so
Okay.
So some days I'll train her, some days I'll train with her. We run together. We lift together occasionally. Lately, it's been me more. Just writing up her programs and making sure she goes through it appropriately. But we usually, when things are normal, we usually train together.
That's awesome. That's cool. How long have you guys been doing that?
Actually, since before we started dating. Like, actually,
No shit.
let me see. I actually brought her to the gym.
Wow.
Like we were homies back then. She was looking for a gym. I told her about mine. She saw what I was doing, saw my progress and everything.
Yeah.
And then I brought her in, and it was kind of like my first day. Like you were like how you guys were describing. Oh yeah, you think you're good and everything like that.
Yeah.
And no, we all have that one day when all right, I'm in shape. I can handle this. Come in, and then it's just
Broken immediately. You hit that wall.
not necessarily broken, because you want to give people something. You don't want people to be discouraged, but at the same time, you definitely get checked. Like,
I'm saying, yeah. I more meant that as yourself, like not as someone else going like, boy, and fucking no. I'm not talking about roasting them. I'm talking about as yourself. You put yourself in check immediately. If like I am not even close to where I mentally thought I was.
Yeah, but I definitely remember I was there for her first day, and it was rough, but she made it through. And it's like one of those things where she progressively just got better and better and better and better. And
That's dope, dude.
yeah,
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I was like, I've seen you guys occasionally work out, but I was like, I know with the long distance stuff, that's gotta be like a super like pain for.
it has some days it's difficult, but,
Ups and downs. Yeah,
but we make time for it when we can. And we, especially now, we both need to, because let me see. That half marathon's in December.
Well, and you guys both. I mean, you brought up running, but you guys both actually run too, right? Yeah, that's fucking like crazy. God damn, that's gotta be cool though too.
Yeah. I didn't have a choice about running actually, because like my trainer and my now boss Wayne was back in the day. He used to be on this. Oh, okay. Go for a block run. Oh, take this sandbag too. Bring it back for me. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna learn how to do it a little better.
Good
and
move.
I'm going. And my friend Liz introduced me to this path out in Mannheim. It's like the Lancaster Junction Trail. It's like 4.8 total, 2.4 there, like there and back.
Okay.
So, and it's beautiful. It's where I discovered I don't like treadmills, and I like being outside. But I just slowly over time built up from like half a mile to like I was barely able to run for 30 seconds. It was absolutely pitiful.
Yeah. No. I feel you. Yeah.
But it was a slow grind and just steady.
Dude, Otakon was hilarious. We were like coming out of the convention center, just like, I'm gonna go for a quick jog, like
dude, yeah, well,
full, like full jeans and like a t-shirt and everything,
Yep.
just jogging back to the fucking hotel.
Yeah,
just
well
like
then,
this crazy.
yeah, you didn't
motherfucker.
fuck around at all. Like when we were all hanging out, even like that was our quote unquote like party weekend.
Right.
Yeah, you still made time.
It
Well,
was just like, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yep.
Like, oh my gosh,
bust out
dude,
those workouts.
it's vacation.
It's fucking nuts, man.
Still going hard.
Killing it. Fucking killing the game. That's the
I do all right. You guys, it was fun though. Otakon was a great time.
Yeah, dude.
that's some good times.
Fucking pounding White Claws with the boys.
That was you. That was you. That was you. You pounded White Claws.
Damn right. I opened up that
You-
cage, bitch. I'll go to that zoo any day.
You pounded that upscale of Alka-Seltzer water.
Which,
Damn right.
by the way, you know we're having a White Claw shortage right now?
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
There was
What?
I don't know if it's still going on right now, but there was a report a couple weeks back. There is a national White Claw shortage.
I saw that you posted that, and then at the same time, I also can still get a case at my local. So maybe that's just good PR for them. Like, oh my gosh, there's
Oh
shortage.
no! So
Come
everyone
buy our
buys
shit.
more. So everybody
Yeah.
buys just
I mean,
more.
And then
The
they're like,
num-
now we actually have a shortage.
Their numbers are up, but let's be. Which, by the way, what is up with the advent of these seltzer alcoholic drinks that taste like very little to nothing?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I mean-
That's always been my. I don't understand it.
To be fair, I do drink LaCroix every now and then, and it's just kind of if I want soda but don't want all the sugar and stuff, I
Yeah, of
get
course.
it. But it's one of those pseudo things, like but not really.
Well, yeah. My always thing is this, and like, I mean, either of you guys put me in chat, God forbid, but like, I just think White Claw is definitely one of those fad drinks. Like, I think it's really cool for 2019 and like this year, but like, I swear to God, like, even by the time we hit like 2021, it's gonna be that thing of like, hey, do you remember White Claw? Like, it's still not gonna be everybody
Yeah, bro.
throwing those fucking hands.
Throwing fucking
It's-
hands.
Oh my God, it's still, like, I don't see it lasting even past this year.
I don't know. I think it is a growing trend, though. I don't know if White Claw itself will hang.
That I agree. I think
But
there's gonna be another one that fucking just
I
completely
do think
obliterates
beer
it.
is not going to be the drink of choice for big gathering events. Especially because the numbers that I saw for this past July 4th with like cookouts and shit like that, everybody was picking up the White Claw.
Oh, totally,
Like, everybody.
absolutely. Well, even
It's 2 grams of carbs, 0 sugar, and like 90 or 100 calories per can.
Yep. It's kind of the thing of like, it's the second wave of things to try to replace, or probably the third wave of things that are just trying to replace like standard beer.
It's just, yeah, it's a nice replacement for people who want to get fucked up and want to actually, not put on, the extra
Totally. Well,
poundage.
it was like the first wave that we had was like IPAs. Like IPAs were trying to like heavily just replace like all like classic stuff, and then you had like ciders.
Dude,
And
IPAs
then
are still
now,
popular.
oh,
too.
totally. Oh, yeah. I'm not disregarding them. I'm just saying it's now like,
That's
and
hipster
White
beer
Claw
right
with
there.
like seltzer and stuff is now the third wave of shit to try to just replace like standard like beer. And I mean, listen, like
I'm
it's
on
not.
that train.
Yeah, it's yeah. You're definitely on that hype train. But listen, like I can't talk that much shit because I'm on ciders.
I mean, Gav is the same way, dude. Gav fucking loves White Claw. It's hilarious.
Listen, I love Gav more than anybody, but Gav's a fucking... Oh, don't even get me started. Jesus Christ. The last time I hung out with Gav... I'm not trying to blow Gav up right now, but the last time I hung out with Gav, one of the funniest fucking things is there was this playlist that we had on Spotify, and Jesus Christ, thank God Gav's married. because there was a place, it was just like EDM stuff. Just classic fucking house music.
Right.
And that's what everyone would call it. House music. Fucking bass dropping. Everybody put your hands up. Poof, poof, like just all that shit.
Right.
And Gav, like a fucking 60-year-old grandma, kept calling it vamp fucking rock. And I was like, Gav, it's not what the...
Wait, what?
He kept calling it like vamp fucking shit. He was like, this is that fucking goddamn vamp fucking bass drop. I was like, Gav,
Wait,
what the
what?
fuck? I was like, what the fuck are you getting at?
What?
Like, I'm telling you.
That's kind of odd.
Listen,
It used to be all about that.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, Wildon, if I'm lying, I'm fucking dying. But we were busting the fuck up. We were all at Gav's parents' house. And we were just busting the fuck up about it. I couldn't fucking understand it for the life of me. But, I mean, keep in mind, too, all of us were pretty fucked up, including Gav. So I'll swing him the underdog on that one.
Time.
But,
time.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, yeah, Stork was there. Yeah, you and me had a good time. But, yeah, he literally kept calling it, like, this other shit. I was like, Gav, it's fucking house. It's just fucking house EDM. Like, that's all the fucking...
EDM is EDM, and then there's Skrillex, you know?
Yeah.
Skrillex just, like
Like
has to put
people,
more
when
wubs
people,
in between
like,
it.
yeah, I know, but, like, people say, like, oh, man, that's Skrillex. But, like, if it's not Skrillex, they're like, yeah, that's some EDM shit right there.
That's EDM?
You know what I mean?
It's EDM. I mean, like, I don't even want to get started on that type.
Skrillex was one of the first.
And okay, hold on. Now you're just saying some crazy things. Skrillex was the first popular person to put what is considered dubstep. If we're talking about electronic music, oh my god, bro.
Tiesto.
Yes,
That
I
is
mean,
true.
Tiesto was putting up like OG fucking like house stuff.
I retract my statement.
Oh my god, and then don't even get me started on the whole fucking first wave
forgot
of like
Skrillex is
Daft
more of
Punk,
like
Oh,
fucking
dude.
oh
like
my god,
dubstep, yeah.
Such
fucking
good
like
stuff.
Better Off Alone and shit. Like oh my god, don't
wow.
even.
You're bringing back
bro,
the memories,
That's what I'm
man.
saying, man. Like don't. Please, like 90s fucking Eiffel 65, like, bro, that's what I'm saying. See, Will didn't speak my language.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if we're talking about, like, some OG fucking,
Yeah,
like,
dude,
electronics
some
that
Reliant
fucking...
K, no doubt.
Yes, there we go. Shut the fuck up. Oh my fucking god. But anyway, we're talking about that shit.
Give me that Monster album for sure.
Oh my god, I can't even look at you right now. Jesus Christ. Okay, so the one thing I definitely want to preface before number one, I even wrap up this shorter podcast, but number two, just to even go in on this. So Stork, you did a fucking dumb thing, and I have to put you on full blast. And I said I was going to put you on full blast, now I'm putting you on full blast. So, in the midst of trying to get this fucking thing together, which I love you to death because you obviously wanted it to be a more competitive.
Yep.
You want everyone to be miserable. That's the best way to describe it. You wanted
Horribly
everyone.
miserable.
Yes.
Let's
You
all
wanted
go to a
everyone to
dark
be
place.
sad and fucking angry because we had a couple people that were like, "Oh, sobriety's cool," or
Right.
"Oh, working out's cool," and you went, "No."
Yep.
Fuck you.
Tell 'em to fuck
Get
off.
the fuck out. One of my favorites, shout out to fucking Kurt. My favorite one was Kurt was like, hey, if you guys want to work out, buddy, let me know. And you went, I don't want anybody who's half-assing it on this shit.
In the famous words of Ron Swanson, never half-ass something. Whole-ass one thing.
So just
And
to...
that quote has stuck with me ever since.
There it is. So just to clear the air, though, Stork, I love you, but go fuck yourself. Here's what I really want.
Fair.
Here's what I really want, and I want everyone listening to please get involved. I'm also like when I upload this on Facebook and stuff and YouTube, I'm gonna make a whole thing about it as well. But anyone who's listening, whether you want to just be sober for a month, or whether you want to just improve your situation and start working out a little bit more in the month, or you want to really fucking hate yourself like all three of us and want to do both that month, please leave in the comments. Let us know what's happening. We want to incorporate as many people in this month as humanly possible because we're all going to be miserable anyway.
Right.
So might as well have some more fucking sad, miserable people with us going through this shit and eventually coming out the other side of the month, hopefully fucking learning something.
Which, guys, you don't have to do the most. It doesn't have to be anything like crazy.
Exactly. 100%. Well, Stork's going to fucking try to kill himself. That's 100%. Stork's 100% going to try to kill himself by the end of the month.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, see, there it is.
I will do my best to keep you alive.
No, don't say that, Will, because Stork's going to look at it as a challenge. Like,
I don't know. I honestly don't know how well I'll do. Honestly, I
think you'll be fine.
I think overall I'll be fine. It'll just be me at first trying to kick myself out the door.
You're gonna be irritable as
the worst.
fuck, though.
The first week, I'm saying this right now. I am going to be miserable.
Yeah.
From October 1st to October 8th. I am going to be the fucking most miserable prick of all time. But then once I get through the first week, I'm definitely going to feel at least a little bit better.
I think we should all check in with each other.
Oh, we're reconvening all the time. Well, first of all, we're definitely going to start up a separate chat because we have like a big public group chat of stuff. We're definitely going to start our own chat.
That's fine. And
then also, I mean, definitely if you guys want to, I'm not trying to make this any pressure or anything as well. But even if we want, every week we could have, on top of the podcast I already do, we can have an individual one as well and just have us check in every week. If that's too much of a pain in the ass, I definitely want to do one at the end of the month.
I will make the time if you guys want to do it because I think that'd be interesting to see
I'm
where
down.
we're at mentally for that.
Stork, you down?
Yeah.
Okay, so that okay.
We'll have to figure out times.
We'll figure out times and listen. Worst case scenario, if it's 2 days after the week, who gives? I mean, we'll figure it out between 3 people.
Think of it this way. I mean, it'd be a nice way to check in and see what's going well, what's not going well, and 100%. We can kind of spitball against each other to see what we can do to make it a little easier.
How the fuck we're feeling, and then also too, that's what I'm even hoping for too. If we get after this podcast, I'm really hoping if we get some feedback on some stuff too. I even want to try to see if we can incorporate other people into it. So even if anyone's listening, if this is something that you're on even one of the aspects that you want to do, fucking please,
hit
for the
us
love
up
of
on
God.
MySpace, Stitcher, SoundCloud.
Not all of those things. No. YouTube, this motherfucker listens to so many goddamn podcasts. He's fucking uploading to fucking everything. No. Either YouTube or SoundCloud
we
are
have a
the
blog
two.
At,
First of all, we don't have anything. I have 2 major fucking platforms of things that I'm trying to fucking future develop. A whole fucking blog.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here.
There it is. Thank you, Wildon. Thank you. But yeah, so please, if anything, please leave comments about it. Because if anything, if this is something that you want to do and you're listening about it, I'll fucking please, especially if you're a friend of mine, I'll goddamn have you on the podcast for fucking week 1 and we can all talk about the fucking progress. I'm super down for something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, this upcoming month's gonna be bad. I don't know if I've said that 86 times, but yeah.
At the end of this month, only my right arm's gonna be jacked.
It's gonna be 15 days in. Me and Wildon are gonna be like, Stork, we haven't seen you at the gym. What the fuck's going on? You're like, no, I'm getting worked out. I'm working out at home. My internet bill hasn't been higher.
Thank God for unlimited data.
Do you guys know if you work for a phone company, you can make a special request to keep 4G even when you reach your unlimited limit?
Yeah, dude. I pre-ordered my phone and now I have this VR headset.
I want a picture before and after of just you have a bodybuilder's right arm and that's it. Your whole figure looks exactly.
I'll have to take
same.
Specific Instagram pictures.
Are we going?
Oh my God!
Are we going Rick and Morty, or are we going Family Guy?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay,
both across the board.
It'll be Quagmire.
Quagmire when he first discovered the internet existed.
Yeah. And then he turns his body and it's just one arm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
he just Hulk arms.
He goes outside to grab his mail, doesn't grab his mail, goes back inside.
I didn't realize you could watch so many things on the internet.
He's like, I've been checking out that internet you've been talking about.
You know how many videos they have on there? Yeah. Jesus
how's it going? I gotta go. Just runs back inside. So dumb.
I just want better though too, Stork, with you fucking dating Rachel. I just want Rachel to be like, hey, what are you doing today? You're like, working out. Okay, when are we getting? Nope. I'm working out. All day.
She'd be like, I can help you work out. I'm like,
no, you can't. Not this month. Call me November 1st. Call me November 1st. But right now, it's I can only work out solo. It's about the progress.
She's actually really supportive though. Like,
I hope she is. Why wouldn't she be? Of course
she even said she's like, if you want like a workout friend to like come out with you, I won't work out, but
she'll sit there.
Voice,
she'll sit there. And
yeah.
I was about to say, it doesn't sound like Rachel at all.
No, it's not.
Rachel
but
just be like,
she was just like,
out,
I can
cool.
read comics and get on the bike or something. And I was like, if you want to do that, like, that's cool.
No, see, this is why you're a piece of shit. Because what I wanted you to do was do what you did in the chat, which Rachel just being nice, being like, hey, I could, like, help you out, and you being like, I don't want you to fucking half-ass it. Like, if you're gonna fucking do it, right, I wanted you to fucking roast her like you did everybody else. Of like, listen, if you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. To be fair, I did sort of back you up there.
It is true.
Yes.
It is true.
Oh, god damn.
She's the best, though.
That's so fucking funny. No, she's a goddamn, she's an absolute peach.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, god. So on a side note, so we're gonna bust this whole thing out. Thank God for me and Stork, we have someone like Wildon who's, if anything, at this point, it's not even a competition. Wildon's just gonna be fucking helping us.
He's our Matt Foley of the group. He's our motivational speaker.
Yeah.
He's had 6 cups of coffee.
If we're comparing anything, Wildon is our Joe Rogan of the pot. Like,
true.
We're making jokes
That
about
is
like
true.
this being miserable and even pretending like it's a competition.
You're the Ari Shaffir, and I'm either Bert or I'm Tom. One of the two.
You're absolutely Bert. First of all, if you're anybody, you're absolutely Bert.
Yeah, Bert is the party.
You're absolutely Bert. If anything, I think I'm more.
I think Brunk's more Tom than anything.
I was gonna make the joke that I'm Tom as opposed to Ari.
I don't know, man. You're more of an Ari, in my opinion.
Why? Because I'm skinny?
Yes.
That's why. Because I was gonna say, I was like, if I was Ari, then I'd be disagreeing of why this thing's bullshit. But I'm not.
That is true.
Yeah. If anything, I'm more Tom, just in the sense of. Because if you're Bert, I'm just going to talk shit on you the whole time, which is way more of the Tom thing to do than the Ari thing.
Yeah.
Because Ari's just going to swindle himself out and not try to give a fuck. Speaking of which, did you see the fucking video he uploaded like 3 days ago?
About his, like,
his
not
fucking anti-sober October?
Like, let's just get fucked up as possible. He's like, the best drinking month in New York.
So on a side note,
he just wants to drink.
This is what I want to say. For next year, that's what I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow that. I'm probably going to keep on the workouts. Hopefully.
I forget what they're doing this October.
I don't know what they're doing. That's what's so funny about it. I haven't heard anything yet.
I thought they were supposed to do surfing, but I think that got canceled.
Maybe. They'll still probably try to do something.
Let me know if you hear anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'll keep up with the podcast.
Yet again, we're going to set up like...
October 1st is coming up, so I guarantee you they'll have...
Oh, 100%. As of the 1st, like, I mean, we're recording right now on the 27th, and by the time everyone is listening to this, if you listen to it on day 1, it'll be the 29th, because that's definitely when I'm going to upload it. Before the 1st. But if anything, on the 1st, in probably even the 29th, by the time I'm shooting the shit about this, I will 100% set up a group chat. So we'll have the 3 of us shooting the shit. And likewise, if anyone else wants to like chime in or anything, you are more than welcome to fucking join in on that group chat. So just so we can keep all that shit together. But yeah, Stork, if anything, we'll check up on the fucking Joe Rogan experience.
For
keep everybody
keep
everybody posted what the fuck's happening there. But should be fucking entertaining.
Yeah,
dude.
No doubt.
I'm fucking amped. So Stork, I know I brought up my goals for anything, but for Stork and for Wildon too. So Stork, what would be? Do you have an end goal for the month?
I do. I don't know if I can complete.
Here we go.
It's
just a goal. Just what is your goal?
I'm going to try my hardest. So I am going to try to stick to a 1,200 to 1,400 calorie intake.
Oh shit!
Hold up.
It's going to be a cutting phase for me, basically.
Let's see what your kilocalories are first before you go into all that.
That's fair. We can get into that.
So how about this? So this is a great thing. So if anything, because Wildon, you talked before the podcast about that whole. What was that thing you were talking about? The whole
in-body.
Thank you. So if anything, so worst case scenario, especially two-store, because if you're trying to figure out stuff like that, Wildon can fucking help you out with that. And then even by the time we hop back on for week 1 of progress, at least, I mean before that you'll figure all that shit out. But definitely Wildon can help you out with that to 100% lock in, even if you're trying to cut. What calories you need to fit. I'm assuming within that range to for it to be a cutting phase.
Right, is basically what I want to do.
Oh, yeah. So sorry. So what's the goal?
Okay.
What's the goal?
So this is my plan, at least. My plan is to cut, at least get down to a point where I'm like, okay, this is a pretty solid
We're trying to go for weight.
base. And then basically, once I reach that point of just like, okay, I've cut the body fat that I want off of it. Now I'm gonna completely, I'm gonna double basically my calorie intake and start bulking.
Just work on muscle. Oh, tell Wildon.
10%.
10%.
Yeah, you don't need to go
We
up
have a
like.
timeout right now.
Yeah, you don't have to.
There we go.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way up that much.
No, 10%.
Yeah, you really don't need to drop it that much or increase.
See,
it that
everything
much.
I've heard or read, AJ, that like you should like cut the calories and then all of a sudden you should go like double or even triple.
But I feel like that. I mean, Wildon, please feel free to interject because I'm an idiot. I feel like that's.
I mean, I'm dumb too, but like that's just
No. Well, but you've looked stuff up. I'm purely just speculating at this point. I'm a fucking idiot.
Right.
But I feel like that's almost too much of a shock to your
there's
system.
But there's clean bulking, then there's dirty bulking, which dirty bulking I've honestly considered doing just because of my body type. Like I'm a fucking bulky dude. Like I have very like
you got some meat on your bones.
Yeah, I have meat on my bones, but like right here, you can fucking feel my ribs. Like I'm a very husky boy, for sure. But like dirty bulking, that's like you pretty much just, as far as what I've heard is you eat whatever you want, but at a certain level you kind of cut it off. But there's like a level of body fat that sits on top of the muscle that you're basically building.
Oh, okay.
It's like bear mode essentially.
So
like,
Wildon, after hearing all that, what advice would you give there?
That's more for powerlifters, because those guys are lifting extremely heavy amounts of weight, and they need all the calories they can get in order to build muscle and build it quickly, because to meet the needs of what their sport is. For people like us, we don't need anything that crazy, but at the same time, here's the thing, what you might actually surprisingly be able to eat way more than what you're actually think. Yes, you want to be in a deficit. At the end of the day, it's all about calories in versus calories out. If you're putting more calories in than you're actually expending, then yeah, you're going to gain weight. But if you're in a caloric deficit, then yeah, you're going to lose weight. But you need to make sure that where those calories are coming from are that's probably the more important part, where those calories are coming from, not just how many calories you're having.
Okay.
So,
well, that's always the the crazy thing about diet.
Like I've even switched, like, because I used to eat nothing but white bread. Now I've switched from white bread to wheat bread. Like
you got that good bread though.
Well, I was gonna say though, Stork.
Literally,
too,
it's got like fucking grains and seeds on top of it. Like it's legit.
It's Dave's, right?
It's actually, I think mine's like Pepperidge Farm. Believe it or not.
Pepperidge Farm's alright.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I have Pepperidge Farm regular wheat, but then I have their like 15 gram like whole wheat bread, where like 2 slices get you 15 grams. Of whole wheat. They have different ones, but
I was just gonna say though, if anything,
I have tried like the Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread's not bad.
Yeah,
it's
alright.
Yeah.
It's
a little rough.
Yeah,
it's a little rough.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
very, very rough.
But I mean, it's not bad for you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, if anything though, Stork, like I've seen you. I mean, like since you moved out, you've been eating. I would say a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've really. There
was a time where I was like fucking eating pasta and shit all the fucking time, which I had to quit out. Like I was like, I have to buy fucking vegetables and greens and shit like that. Like I can't be eating garbage.
I mean,
but
that's
like even now, like
I mean, by the way, pasta's not bad. I mean, carbs aren't bad.
No, they're not bad. It just
depends on
they get a really, really bad rap, but they're not bad.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, your body needs carbs.
100%.
But you just got to be aware of where they're coming from.
Where they're coming from, what's on them, if you put shit with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the big thing.
Yeah. I just tried to, like right now, like I've actually at lunch, because like there's not a lot of food like options at where my work is.
Oh, yeah,
there's
yeah.
a Wawa
welcome
across
to
the
it.
street.
Yeah.
And then there's this banging Mexican restaurant. Like authentic fucking Mexican too.
That is
like,
gonna be difficult.
3 chicks. They're all related to each other. The grandma, the mom,
that's perfect.
and then the daughter.
Mom and pop.
Okay, they all speak Spanish. Only the daughter knows English and Spanish. The mother and the grandmother don't really know English that well.
So you're a part of the family now.
But the Mexican food that they make is just incredible, dude. I had a quesadilla that was deep fried with chicken and cheese inside of it.
Shit.
It's fucking incredible. Their queso that they have, I can't explain it. It doesn't sound that great when how I'm going to describe it.
But you have to be there.
But it's like porridge almost.
Ooh.
It's not chunky, but it's not.
It's good enough to eat on. It's good enough to eat on its own.
It's great.
That's what you're trying.
It's incredible.
Okay.
It's just great. But anyways, now like I've subbed out eating garbage to instead Wawa has lunch salads that they get. And granted, this may not be the healthiest salad, but it's at least
it's a salad. First of all, at least you're eating a salad.
They have a BLT salad in there that's just it's like crispy chicken.
But chicken's also great.
Right.
Chicken's really good.
Right. To be fair, Wawa has stepped its game up quite a bit. There are really good bowls now.
Yeah.
And those bowls are probably on the days that you really need some food, they'll probably save your life because they're it's but at the same time, there are some days when you're eating stuff and it's just this is so healthy. Yep.
Just internal screaming, just health.
But here's the thing, though. I just don't believe that just because it's healthy, it should taste like ass.
Oh, totally. That's
the problem. I think it's just a lot of the places that you can get healthy stuff that's easily within reach, it doesn't taste necessarily the greatest.
Totally.
So, I mean,
I feel like it's usually places that focus on that thing. Mm-hmm. That's clearly their primary focus is health, which isn't a bad thing because obviously you are trying to eat good stuff, which is good. But then the taste and the flavor take a back seat sometimes, and then that's where it. And like I said, that's not every place, but on some instances, you can definitely tell.
Healthy food is a lot of cases more expensive too.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. That's what's still so fucked up.
It's so frustrating.
So fucked up. Dude. You can get a fucking McDonald's fucking
burger for $1.
Huge, yeah, literally.
You go to Wendy's,
half of the fucking terrible shit is on the fucking dollar menu.
You go to Wendy's in the drive-thru and you're like. They're like, hi, would you guys be interested in this crispy artisan chicken bread? And you're like, give me that fucking 4 for $4, bitch.
Well, the biggest problem
you know why I'm here.
The biggest problem is if you, almost Wildon to what you were saying, if you had $10 for the day, you can get one really good, healthy, full-fledged, almost try to cover at least 3 out of 5 groups. Boom. There's one meal. You have $10 and you don't give a fuck about what you're eating, that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, garbage. You don't have to give a shit. And that covers everything. That could even cover the next day if you budget that shit right for 10 fucking bucks. That's what's so fucking crazy about that concept of it.
It's totally not wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult.
That's I mean, we're just in the U.S., so that's just how the fuck it goes. But that's what makes it super fucking difficult. Yeah. So yeah. That's my. I mean, I'm not gonna go. I'm also very lucky. My metabolism, thank God, at fucking 27, is still pretty on point in the sense. And I'm definitely gonna try to eat better, but I'm definitely. I sadly can't go to that extent. I also can't cut. I would die if I tried to cut. Fucking right now, I would die.
One thing I'm also trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Not good.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
One thing I'm also trying to do before we kind of wrap this thing up here is cutting out a lot of dairy that I eat.
Well, you love
milk, man.
You love milk.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. I love
you
so much.
Adore.
I've actually been subbing it out. Believe it or not.
Really?
I've been trying to prep myself for it, so I'm not going in cold turkey. But that's why I have.
The best part is Wildon. The real sober October isn't alcohol for Stork. It's milk.
Yeah,
no.
It's gonna be milk.
That's gonna be the real.
The glass at night of milk or the glass in the morning of milk is gonna fuck with you so hard.
You make it through this, I will take you to a very, 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 very awesome place for that sort of thing.
And it's
You know what you
cheese.
should have, Stork? You know what you should fucking have?
It's cheese. How do I give up cheese, dude? I can't. Like,
Dude.
I'm
love
already
cheese.
saying that now. I can't give up cheese. There's no way I'm giving. If I gave up cheese this month, I would fucking kill myself. Like, there's no fucking way. But I will say, I am trying to work on the intake of, like, grease that usually comes with cheese.
right.
That's my whole thing. So it's kind of a 50-50 balance. I'm trying, and also too, that's the other thing. Like, on top of doing the sobriety thing and working out, the only other thing I'm trying to step up a lot more, like I said, or like I brought up earlier, is the caffeine intake. And that's my big thing. So already that is good enough for me. I don't
Right.
want to put even more on my plate, especially within 30 days. Like, if I had longer, it'd be very different, but
Which honestly, you don't want to do the most. You want to pick one or two things that you can master and go with that.
exactly.
Just understand, it's gonna be a struggle. You're
Yeah.
you're gonna fuck up. It's just gonna happen.
Oh, 100%.
But-
Absolutely.
But don't beat yourself up when it happens. Just figure out why you fucked up and what you can do to make sure it doesn't happen again, or find a way to pivot so that you can make either a better decision or
just a better way to cope
yeah.
with the rough time of going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Which I don't know if you know this or not, but for me, shoot, I love gummies, man. That's my thing.
Oh,
I
Dude,
absolutely
gummy
love-
bears.
my big thing.
I love gummy bears,
Yeah.
dude.
So back in the day, and I was fucking obsessed. When I was working out for for honestly, like 2 years straight, I worked out almost religiously. It was like my senior year in high school, and then right after that. The biggest thing I would do is if I was trying to, like, and I was eating a lot. I mean, Jesus Christ, I was eating a lot better back then. But when I was, like, really in need of, like, God, I need a fucking, like, either a sugar rush or fucking something.
Yeah,
gum.
you were eating the top buns of McDonald's.
I know.
double
Gum
cheeseburgers.
gum for me was my fucking thing. That was even after the fact. That's when I, like, gave up again. But my whole thing was gum for me was, like, my big thing. Like, double bubble, I just needed that, like, big sugar rush for, like, 10 seconds, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm good. Like, that's all the fuck. I just need that sugar high for, like, a good, like, 20 fucking minutes of just chewing that fucking gum, and I'm like, okay, I can keep going through the rest of the day and, like, run through it from there. That was my fucking big one. I don't want to go back to gum, because gum, especially sugary gum, can really fuck with your teeth, and I really want to avoid that. But yeah, I think within the first week, I'm going to hit at least, like, 2 brick walls. The first one, just immediately putting myself in check of even just, like, I think I can do this for the first 3 days, and then not. And then definitely, like, recalibrate of what I'm doing. And then the second one is going to be, like, right in the middle of the first week, going, like,
Day
okay,
one is going to be fine. It's
day one is going to
day
be learning.
two.
Day one
day
is all
three
learning.
is what I'm prepping
That's what I'm
for,
saying,
because
middle-
I know that recovery stage after that first big workout is going to be.
That's what I'm loathing.
And I'm going to be playing Destiny
loathing it.
while doing it too, so I'm going to be on my ass. Playing. Yeah, it's just.
I will do my best to make sure it's not as terrible as it is. There are going to be some adjustment periods. Your body's going to scream at you a lot.
Oh, 100%.
Because it likes being
Comfortable.
it likes
Tested.
homeostasis.
Yeah.
You know, it likes just chilling. And it's going to fight you every step of the way when you try and make a major change. And you're going to go through some things.
Oh, 100%.
But at the same time, just take it a little bit at a time.
Mm-hmm. Step
And
by
plus,
step.
I'm literally going to try and make sure that you guys don't feel as terrible as it could be.
Well, thank you. And that's the other thing, too. I mean, like, on top of me and Stork fucking around with a lot of stuff in, like, a perfect ideal world, we are very, I mean, like, Wildon, just even, let me say this beforehand, on top of the miserable month I have, God forbid I don't say this any further, which I don't know why I wouldn't. But, I mean, thank you again, my dude, for even, let alone participating with us and incorporating this idea with you, but then even more so to be a very good consultant, I think is the best way to describe it. A very good consultant on top of this whole thing to really fucking help us out with it. Because on top of us just doing it for fun and just to trying to benefit ourselves, you'll actually take it even a step further just of the knowledge that you have with stuff to really fucking benefit. And especially, like, I mean, Jesus Christ, me and Stork are going to learn, like, more in this month than we probably have ever about fucking working out just from even talking to you a couple times about this type of stuff. So, yeah. So thank you. That's all I want to say.
Happy to help.
But
I'm still learning myself. Like, there's a lot of things that I've known over the last couple of years just from experience, but a lot of it comes from training people. A lot of it's just, it's a process.
Just
don't rush it and don't, little at a time.
I was going to say, even Danny's come a long way. Like,
Yo, Danny's killing the game. Even though he's been kind of on and off a little bit, he's still maintaining, which is really good.
He's looking good, though.
Yeah, he came out of that black tie, red dress program really nicely, which is good.
That's all that matters, my guys. But, okay. So I was planning to wrap it up, but just on a side note, any final thoughts? Anybody want to bring up anything?
So
4chan.
Stop. All right. Stork's done. Everyone follows Stork on his blog at fucking Raid Area 51 fucking at whatever. No, but Wildon.
They'll never find us.
So your goal is less caffeine.
Yep.
And how often, how many times do you want to train?
For training? Okay, so right now my goal is my goal is 5 times a week. Realistically, I'm thinking 4 times a week. But my goal would be 5. Bump it down. 2
to 3.
2 to 3? Okay.
2 to 3.
Yeah,
That's normal.
I'm shooting for 3. Yeah.
2 to 3 is normal.
Okay.
Maybe 4, if I have it.
If you're feeling a really good week.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. The more you go, the better. But at the same time, you got to give your body time to adapt.
That is very true.
So you're gonna need more rest days, more rest periods. Go 2 to 3. Like I said, a lot of people, what ends up happening is when they start, making major changes in life, they go balls to the wall. And 100%. when you do that, you don't give yourself the necessary time to actually adapt to it. So you'll go into it and you'll end up just breaking things down, especially if you're not eating enough. So just ease into it.
Sure,
2 to
definitely.
3. 2 to 3, give yourself a day rest in between and go from there.
Well, thank you, my dude. Well, like I said too, and we even, you and me talked about trying to set up because that's the thing too. I have a pseudo idea of what I want, but hopefully too, you and me can go back and forth on consulting an actual at home plan too, which will oh my god, that'll help out fucking phenomenally. So that'll be good.
Yeah,
so
let's discuss it.
So Stork. So just to recap,
me
goals.
Less dairy products. But I don't know if I can cut full.
Yeah,
I'm going to do my best.
We're just saying cut back.
Significantly reduce.
We're just saying cut back.
The amount of dairy products.
Keep it realistic. Just cut back on dairy.
But yeah, again, probably 3 days of a week for training. Maybe 4, depending on how busy my work
and yet again too. So
life schedule is.
We're just even putting this. Let's even back this up first. So yeah, that's the end goal for the month, and then even more realistically, that's the first. These are the first goals that we're setting for the first week. Because of course we're going to meet up every week now at this point too. Mm-hmm. So Wildon could obviously even help us out too of what we're planning for the weeks following. Because same thing. Like you're saying 3 to 4. Because easily by quote me if I'm wrong here too, Wildon, but maybe by week 3 or week 4, maybe you can step it up to 4 days if your body can.
I'm sure my body is gonna react. How it was when I first started.
Oh, my body's gonna scream. My body's gonna die.
I'm positive by
3's a good
week
call.
3, maybe 2. I don't know. 2 might be a little bit too early.
I'm saying
my body might be back.
For me
in the
personally,
swing of
definitely,
things.
I'm saying 3. Wildon put me in a very good check. See, already before I even started, of definitely making sure that I'm taking the recovery period of time. That's a thing that when I first start, same thing. Wildon, you nailed on the head of when I try to go in. You go balls to the wall.
8 hours
and
of
fucks you up.
rest as well too. I feel like that's
sleep. That's why I was. That's
at
the
least
other.
8, if not more.
That's the other side note. I definitely want to focus on getting better sleep. But that one's the one that's up in the air.
Actually.
There we go.
So I would right now, if I'm being completely honest, oh god, this is terrible. I probably get about 3 or 4, depending on the day.
Oh, I feel you. I mean, I usually get 5 or 6. I can't. I mean, not counting my days off, because on my days off, of course, it's super easy to recover those days. I can't tell you on a day I've worked when the last time I've gotten actual 8 full hours of sleep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and shoot for 6.
There you go.
6 is a good sweet spot for me.
There you go.
High function. very well on 6. But then there's, let me see. If I had to choose
6 hours of sleep with a power nap in the afternoon.
Oh yeah.
But you got like, see, like this is how fucking already like bananas and fucking disciplined Wildon is. Like the man's hardest thing that he's gonna have to do is sleep for 6 hours.
No. I mean, I do train every day, but I have a program that I need to stick to.
Yes.
I want to try and get at least.
Well, yet again, this
4
is. I
days.
mean, like me and Stork are trying to get semi back into the fold. You've been playing the game for a while, and like you've always said, you're still learning, you're still figuring stuff out, of course.
But I mean, in the process of I'm a coach over I train. In the process of taking care of all these people, sometimes I put my own stuff on the back burner. So I just
totally.
So I just kind of get like 10, 15, 20 minutes here or there, whenever I can fit it in. So
Well, you're always luckiest too, though. Like Wildon, you nap. Your ability to nap, I have never seen in a human being, ever. Like you're a fucking anomaly, Wildon, in the sense of like you're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm like, okay. And like for me and Stork were actually joking before you even showed up. Me and Stork were joking about like if we were gonna take a nap or something. Like we're tossing and turning. Like I have to flip around like 15 times. Wildon, you're literally like you'll pull out your phone and be like, I'm gonna take a 10-minute nap, and I'm like, what? And you're just like, and just fucking gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Ow.
You have a button, my man. Like that's. Oh, I'm so envious because like I cannot fucking do that. That's crazy.
yeah, it's a gift and a curse. I'd rather sleep.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
But no, I mean it's useful. Like I think this.
You've definitely gotten by with it.
I can do a 2-minute power nap will get me another hour.
That's fucking insane. That's fucking like that
I've-
alone is bananas.
Like I've actually went to Layne a couple times. Like yo, I need 5 minutes. I'll be right back. And then I pounded out the rest of my session.
That's
today.
crazy. That's fucking bananas. That's awesome.
No.
I mean, it's. I mean, whoa.
I mean, it's
On your
awesome in the sense
yes.
that I can sleep when I want to,
Yes.
but at the same
The
time,
ability
it's like
at the same time with how much sleep you're getting in succession and then doing that. Yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. So there we go. So see, all of us have an end goal, which is cool. We have some goals set, and yeah, we'll touch base fucking next week, which I think is going to be the most frustrating week.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
It's fine.
We'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself, so we'll see.
oh no, man.
We'll friendships will be tested. Hopefully, love will be shared. And
Heather, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
yeah, both of you should fucking apologize to your women now.
I'm coming for you. She'll listen to it too.
Oh god damn it, Jesus Christ! All right, well, gentlemen, thank you both. Stork, I love you, but go fuck yourself for starting this whole thing in the first place. Suck my ass.
Throwing these hands.
Yep, in the most respectful ways.
I'm zip down.
Fuck
This is
you.
my buddy zip up.
Fuck you for starting this whole thing in the first place, but I'm glad if I could pick anyone to be miserable with, it would absolutely be both of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Could not think of a better fucking group of people to do this type of shit with and cry while I'm doing it. So
Nice.
It's gonna be fun.
so yeah, so just to recap one last time, I know I brought it up 3 more times. Guys, please, if you feel the need to even do one of these things, if you even just want to try to better yourself for the fucking month of October, even in a way that we haven't brought up, please leave in the comments. Fucking hit me up on social media. Let me fucking know. I want to incorporate as many people as possible, just like Stork originally did, but not like a cuck piece of shit that only does everything. If you want to
I'm
do
the worst.
anything, yep, absolutely. If you want to do anything, please let us know. Even if you want to get the occasional workout in with us, like fucking Stork's goddamn girl
I got a
Rachel
black
brought up.
card at Planet Fitness. I can get you in as a guest. Let's do this.
Okay, there we go. Stork's fucking throwing out open invites now. Now
That's right.
this changes the fucking game.
That's right.
So anyway, if anyone wants to get involved, if anyone wants to check us out in the middle of the progress, see what the fuck is happening, yeah, hit us up on social media. Wildon, just really quick before I wrap this up, do you want to plug your gym, personal training thing, everything that's going on with that? Just social media outlets. What's going on with all that?
Oh, of course. I work at iTrain Studio in Lancaster, PA. I'm the current head trainer. It is right there on West James and Mulberry, right behind the fridge. It's can't.
Oh, it is
say
right
enough.
behind the fridge. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's actually super
It's a pretty
convenient.
dope studio. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
fucking
lie.
super convenient.
Can't even. Please change my life. Period. That's point blank. Please change my life.
Period.
But yeah, if you want to check us out, we're at the iTrain Studio Lancaster on Instagram. You can check out Wayne Mutada's page. He's the CEO, and he posts pretty frequently about anything that he's doing for the gym, about the gym, and then we're on Facebook as well.
Yep.
So.
Awesome. Just same thing. iTrain Studios. All that across the board.
Yep.
Awesome. So if you want to check out all that stuff, definitely, definitely check that out. Let fucking even Wildon know too. Wildon's got his own social media outlets and such, so
Feel
please
free
hit
to
him up
reach
on
out.
there.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Exactly. I was about to say I'll be tagging everybody too on the podcast for what we're doing and everything else. So on that note, guys, as always, good evening, good night, and good luck. Goodbye, everybody.